You call yourself a PvP god? You have watched 200 PvP videos and now you're the best player?
NANI?
With your 6000 ASE training hours, no one can match you?
Bruh.
And yet, you're still bad at PvP? Then let me tell you one thing. You suck at PvP. In this video, I'll show you the top 5 things that really hurt you when you're playing PvP in ARK. Hello Dodo Crew, welcome back to another video on ARK Ascended. Grab a bottle of water and let's get straight into it. Your first mistake is not to place turrets and fill the ammunition you have already crafted, but to leave it in the storage. It really gets on my nerves. When I raid you, you haven't set up any turrets, and then I find turrets in your first vault that haven't been placed. And then there is the ammo for them in the same vault too. It's enough to drive me mad. How on earth can you craft turrets and ammo, but not actually place them? It takes a good 10 seconds and your base is safe. And this happens to me every time I play. I mean, of course, one turret isn't enough to defend you and your stuff. But a turret is still better than having none at all. And if you've got a turret on the first day, it would be good progress just to place it. So if you take the time to claim a spot, tame creatures, and then craft turrets and ammo as well, then if it is just a single turret and a few rounds, do put them to use. Anything is better than just giving me your stuff for free. Are you tired of playing alone on a dead server? Sick of lag, wipes, and admins who never show up? Then it's time to join TBS, one of the biggest no-wipe servers, on which I'm actually playing and I'm making a video on. On top of that, on their PvP and PvE servers, they have all maps available cross-platform, custom caves that are truly outstanding, auto-lootable raid bases, and even full 48-hour offline raid protection during the week. Not only that, but on weekends, it switches to a 3 times orb, which offers the possibility for offline raids, more action, and so much more. A maximum of 4 players per tribe is allowed, and there are cash prizes for the best tribes. Your starter kits and a bunch of other things are designed to help new players get started on these servers. And if you don't feel like defending your base at 3 AM in the morning, there are a bunch of other things that make it possible for players with jobs or normal lives to play. On top of that, if PvP isn't your thing, why not join one of their PvE servers? Use the code Frodo in the TBS store to get 10% off on your purchase. Join TBS ARK and I'll see you on the cluster. The second mistake is to place turrets, but then simply fail to protect the generator. And we're not even talking about the fact that you should drop walls. We're talking about that your generator has no business being in front of your turrets and that you need to keep an eye on it. So I can't just throw an extinguisher grenade at them or blow them up. Far too often I see bad turret placement and generators positioned in exposed areas. I do understand that you don't place turrets because with your generators it doesn't matter. But seriously, what's far worse than not having any turrets is having turrets that never fire a single shot because the generator is dead after a second. Hide your generators so that they cannot be easily found. Build them into structures using foundations and walls or drop them using vaults. Make sure no one gets near your generator, because if it goes down, your base and all your turrets will go down too. And then it won't matter whether you have placed them or not. Always place your generators on the ground. As with tech generators in particular, the foundation has far less health than the generator itself. Place it behind your turrets. And yes, it is ridiculous that I even have to say this, but the generator belongs behind the turrets. Dropping a vault isn't rocket science. Once you've got one, set up a survivor mate and connect it using gasoline or element so that it refuels your generator and make sure the inputs are set up correctly. Next, place your generator, build a scaffold, then place 4 vaults, all facing outwards, and destroy the scaffold with a weapon. Because if you dismantle it, the vaults will be destroyed too. That's it. Just 1 minute and your generators are safe. By the way, I'm at around 10k subs. My goal is to hit 20k subs by the end of the year. So if you enjoy these guides, hitting subscribe would really help. As a thank you, I'm giving away 3 Tides of Fortune DLCs. Just subscribe, leave a comment and post a screenshot as proof in my giveaway channel on Discord. The winner will be drawn at the end of the month. Good luck! Mistake number 3 is also the one I make most often. Simply not using creatures. Whether it's Stegos to block entrances, Tylers on a Dino Leash to bleed Soakers, or Reapers to block and spin away Razor builds. If you use creatures, you definitively have the better defense. Many people keep all their creatures in their cryo fridges, and when they get raided, not only are they completely useless, but you're basically just handing them over to your opponent. Do you really want to give away all your creatures to your opponents just for free? No, obviously not. Then take all your tanks and chuck them into the entrance of your rat hole or a cave before you go offline. We call it the Clown's Fiesta, but aggressive creatures are the best defense for your base, and even if you get raided, at least your opponent won't get hold of your tamed creatures, and that's worth something in itself. But seriously, Tulas ensure that if your opponents manage to throw soakers at your turrets, they'll simply bleed them down and won't just soak your turrets. Stegos, Gloons and Golems ensure that the chicken runners get stuck and can't run into your turrets. Velos and Araneos keep firing even when your turrets run out of ammo, and they can keep enemy soakers at bay for a really long time. Reapers spin soakers away from the platforms and ensure that they don't get too close to your turret walls and generators. Basilisks block cryopods when they are burrowed, and when they are unearthed, they can snipe players from their tames and deal a massive amount of damage. Gigas can block passages in caves and attack your enemies, dealing massive damage if they get too close. All these tamed creatures are a pain and can take an absolute beating, and your enemies have to kill them first before they can get their hands on your loot. As you can see, there is no reason to keep all your tamed creatures in a cryo fridge, just because you want them to last as long as possible. Seriously, yes, I've made a video about it too, but really, turret walls are so bad, you shouldn't build them anymore. Every now and then, there is still situations where you should build a turret wall, but this is so rare that you're actually almost always better off not building a wall and simply placing the turrets on the mesh. There are lots of reasons for that. But to be honest, when I see you building a turret wall in a cave with 6 times damage, I'm just happy that on top of your loot, I also get a ton of ammo, because a single rocket will take down the whole wall. I always get a kick out of it, because it means I can deal loads of damage and knock down walls with ease. And who doesn't love clearing out a whole wall with a single rocket? Just stop building turret walls. Every now and then, a tower can be useful. But in 2026, you'll just build a fortnight if you build outside, and in a cave or rat hole, you'll simply place your turrets on the mesh. The 5th mistake is a bit of a cheat. I've still got so much left to tackle and wanted to really crack on with it. So here's a quick rundown of everything under the heading, for godness sake, just use your brain. There should always be at least 2 foundations between turrets. The splash damage from rockets extends approximately 2 foundations, which means that if there are fewer than 2 foundations between them, the rockets will simply destroy both turrets. Then there are those who place 6, 7 or even more turrets in the same spot, and with 6 times damage, that means I can take out all your turrets with a single rocket. If you then place your turrets in a way that they block each other, or if you even build a structure in front of your turrets that I can hide behind it, it makes things even worse. Position your turrets so that as many as possible are firing at the enemy and as few as possible are blocking each other. Placing turrets just behind the angles ensures that you can easily shoot around the corner and take out all the turrets if you don't take the range and angles into account. Even the biggest wall with a ton of turrets can be taken out like this. Turrets have a range of 60 to 70 meters. You can find out exactly how this works in this video. But that means you should place your turrets at least 30 meters away from an angle so that you can take as little damage as possible and your opponents can't fire rockets around the corner. This also means that when you place turrets in a row, you'll need to make sure they don't block each other's line of sight and can still hit everything within range. The next thing is placing turrets in places where they're useless, get blocked, or can simply be shot down without being able to defend themselves. All too often, I see turrets that have simply been rushed into place and then end up in spots where they're completely useless and contribute absolutely nothing to the defense. And I know, we've got loads of people who've come over from ASE and were absolute PvP gods there. But your builds are trash in ASA, and you need to learn how to place turrets properly here, because things have changed and you've got to learn how to build in ASA. And if I've forgotten anything, just let me know in the comments. I'm currently hosting a manhunt event and you can join. If you want to participate, use the QR code or the link in the video description. I hope you liked this video and I'm thrilled to read if this video has helped you. Hit the like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm and consider subbing to the channel. Alright, Frodo.